Hi everybody, I'm Kevin Weiss from bodyperformance.net, and today I'm teaming with Riptone Fitness Products to bring you a video on 3 tips for the intermediate lifter. I suppose before I begin, we need to define what an intermediate lifter is. This is no easy task. A lot of people know when they're beginners, obviously, because they've just started, but at what point do you move on to the intermediate stage? In my experience, I would say this happens with about 2 to 3 years of proper training with correct instruction. The instruction part is the important thing. You could train for 10 or 15 years and still be making beginner mistakes if you keep doing what you've always done. Hopefully this isn't you and these tips can help you out. Tip number 1, don't forget your roots. After someone's been training consistently for 2 to 3 years, it's easy to think they're too advanced for the basics, that they need something more complex and complicated to continue to make gains. Although it is true the longer you train, the harder it is to produce an adaptive response, by manipulating such things as total training volume, reps, rest periods, and a few other variables, you can continue to challenge yourself and keep making progress. Of course, I still encourage people to try different exercise variations and routines, but don't forget what got you here. Trust me, after 2 to 3 years, you've not gotten everything you can out of the big basic movements. You've only started to scratch the surface. Tip number 2, it's not all about the training. When you're a novice, a beginner lifter, you can literally almost walk by a gym and make progress. I've seen many novices over the years that make fantastic progress for 6 or 8 months, not because they're doing everything right, but just because it's a brand new stimulus to them. When this honeymoon period is over and progress stalls or maybe even regresses a little bit, it's easy to think, I need to double down and do more training. More is better, right? No, more is not better. Better is better. When someone comes to me with a few years training experience and it's hit a plateau, of course I want to see what their training program looks like. But the majority of the time, the issues I find are outside of the gym. How many hours of sleep are you getting a night? How many days off a week are you taking from training? What does your nutrition look like? Do you even know how to track your nutrition? If recovery and nutrition are not a priority, the best programs in the world are going to fall flat. So don't always think about it's everything that you're doing in the gym, and if you're not making progress, you're not doing enough. Look outside of the box a little bit and think about, am I actually recovering from what I am doing? Tip number 3, focus on the task at hand. Once someone's been training consistently for 2 or 3 years, it's easy to lose focus on what you're actually trying to achieve. This doesn't mean that your goals can't be refined and defined differently over time, but you have to be working towards these goals, a set goal, not just a random goal, but a set goal for a good block of time consistently. For example, if you're trying to increase your bench press, that's your defined goal. Now you have to put a good block of time where you're focusing the majority of your efforts towards that defined goal. And I don't just mean a couple weeks. You're looking at 2 to 6 months where everything else that you're working on or is in your program is playing a supportive role, and you're working towards your main goal. So the majority of your effort is being put into that. It's common for trainees at this stage to want to improve everything at once. Who wouldn't want to be bigger, stronger, leaner, faster, all at the same time and working towards these things all at once? But in the real world, it doesn't work that way. Working towards trying to get bigger is not going to be conducive necessarily to being leaner. Getting leaner and bigger at the same time would be great, but unfortunately it usually just doesn't work that way. Beginners, they have a little bit more luck this way, but it doesn't last that long for them. So once you've gotten past that beginner stage, it's very important to select what's important to you at that time, make a defined goal, and then push towards that goal for a good period of time. After that period of time has come and gone, maybe you've achieved your goal, maybe you're a little bit short on it, maybe you've even overshot it, and if you have, fantastic. Now you need to refine that goal and start working towards your next one. This is a never-ending process, but that's okay. You've already been doing this for 2 to 3 years, so you've shown that you're in it for the long run. So enjoy your challenge. Don't jump from one program to the next. Focus and work hard. I'm Kevin Weiss from bodyperformance.net, teaming with Riptone Fitness Products. I hope these 3 tips help you out. I'll talk to you again real soon.